It's like releasing energy. It was like you're releasing your energy out of you, so it's just like wasting your energy. When you realize there are greater people other than yourself, you make your own existence not so valuable. You will finally reach where you have desired to be for a long time. Now we're starting Starseed channel. Hello, it's Yoshi. Hi, it's Akiko. Hello. Hello. Well, by the way, I think this is the very first video since my chakra got healed. That's right. How do you feel? Do you think my chakra got fixed? Well, as far as I've been feeling, I don't feel bad and I think it's quite good. Do you feel anything, Akiko? Well, you became more human-like than you were before, Yoshi. More like a human now. Well, I guess I became human from theoretically. Yeah, you are much more human now. Oh, well, human, well, what can I say? I have been hiding my characters. Recently, I feel like revealing myself, who I really am. I think it's about time to be who I am. Well, so today, I was thinking about the theme to talk about it. Today, it's dependency. Just like I was thinking about the theme of dependency. Were you as well? The keyword dependency, was it in your head? Oh, yes. Oh, truly, great. That's the keyword. Dependency came to my mind. In my real life, when I have the mind of dependency, well, what can I say? It's like wasting your ability to achieve something, even though the mind of dependency appears unconsciously. If you have that, you can't fulfill your potential. So I was strongly feeling that way. Yes, I see. I was also thinking that the theme of dependency was something very special to me. Because before I could control my own life, I had heavily depended on something else. For instance, someone great in general, like maybe successful people, great leaders, just like people who's, wow, so great. Just like that, while constantly feeling that way. When I became the one to teach others, when I became the one to spread the words in the business world as well, and also in the communities with spiritual people, well, how can I say, I ended up creating people who depends on me more and more. Yeah, you're so right. Really, it happens so easily. Then now figuring out what the issue are, if unintentionally those situations are making people dependent on me, I'm also making these people impossible to be independent and taking away their energy or potential. Therefore, this type of situation is very hard to avoid. And it is easy to fall into. It is an important issue to discuss. Yeah. I want to talk about it today. When I say, well, what can I say? I am thankful for you, Akiko. It is not like we all depend on you. When people watch your video on YouTube, we all feel so close to you. It is not like depending on you. It's more like we feel relieved. Oh, I see. Yes. That's what I really hope. I truly hope that everyone feels that way. Yes. So, when speaking of great people in general, we feel, wow, amazing. Well, my teacher or my master. But you're just as you are in the video with your smartphone. Is that right? Well, maybe the video is not This video is not with your smartphone, but usually videos are in your videos, cows and walking behind you, and people are sweeping. Is that your husband? Oh, never mind.
Yes, my husband or my neighbor.
Oh, yes. Watching that for us is such a relief. So thankful for you, Akiko. Because back in time, great-looking people appeared in public. They preached and they told the audience to believe what they said. And they suck up the audience's energy, which was making themselves impossible to be independent.
I see.
From that point of view, your video relieving us. So that's why I think you are expanding your potential.
Oh, I understand. Yes, as a result, dependency comes from your dissatisfaction due to the feeling of missing something in yourself. You tend to depend on others to fulfill the missing parts of yourself. However, all you're seeing in visions come from your inner self, and depending others to fix your problems is obsolete, because you see is what you desire to see. Because you reflect your dissatisfaction on others, you tend to depend on others, even though their opinions sound significant. You need to pay close attention to your inner self, now or later. Now or later.
Yeah,
Yes.
you're right.
After all, I realized it is something to do with integration. It is the process of looking at your inner side and integrate with that what you are, because you are already in the perfect being. Paying attention to the outside other than just yourself and asking others to manage your issues. Make your own integration process later, delaying. So you make yourself take longer to complete your integration. Well, if I am in a position of influencing others, I'm possibly making others delay their time of self-integration. I need to be careful not to be like that, regardless of if I have had a tendency to be like that with people who worked spirituality until now, with other things too.
Such as in the business world, originally I used to create new business and used to try new things as an entrepreneur. In the last few years, I started to feel like sending message to others and hosted seminars. And during the seminars, I used to think that I should look cool. I should present myself as a teacher. And what is it like to be charismatic? Well, I studied how to present myself.
I see.
I also read books about it. I did all that. But now thinking back to that time, just like how self-enlightenment works, as a result, I created people who depends on me. But on the other hand, it is commonly seen in every field. At the beginning, people imitate. People imitate everything at the beginning. And it is okay to think, wow, that's amazing, that's great. But many people fall into like hopping seminar to seminar, like self-enlightenment and spiritual seminars on all that. That is because you feel something is missing in yourself and you are searching for answers in others. Then more and more you go find someone to tell you, oh, you're great. Then what happens in the end is, to be honest with you, well, this is the same in the religious world. I want to talk about it in other videos later on. But as a result, in somewhere other than yourself, when you realize there are greater people than you, you make your own existence not so valuable. However, true religious leaders define religious people as living gods. God is living in themselves with the heart of Buddha.
Exactly.
They say stuff like that, don't they? But if these leaders direct people in the other directions for some followers, it causes to delay their integration. It would be such a waste of time.
Yes. That's why when you think other people are better than you, you end up keeping the feeling of missing something and continue to find some others to fulfill your emptiness.
Therefore, admit that you have everything you need. In other words, speaking of vibrational energy, if you stay calm and relaxed, you're complete. Having everything in ourselves is the answer. So searching outside of yourself is not the answer. With feeling of satisfaction and enrichment in heart, I always stay relaxed. At the moment, my life is so fulfilled with happiness. I even feel like I can't be happy anymore. If people keep their mind like this, only good things happen outside. Only if your inner self is fulfilled. However, you have seen various things outside. Well, how can I explain? Like wave vibration, some good things and some bad things happens. What you see outside is very attractive. However, everything you see outside reflects your inner self. It's meaningless to pay attention to outside. Yeah, that's all.
You're right. By the way, I just remember that somehow I fell so deep into the real world recently.
Yeah, I know. I have experienced that.
Well, such a disaster happened to me. Then I went along with the vibration energy, but finally I could observe myself then. I never fell into the situation completely. By keeping the point of view as a creator and as an observer, I never completely forget my own situation at any moment. So even though I thought this would be a big problem at that time, but at least it was good and I did not forget my point of view.
Yes.
Yeah, so you surely see lots of liberty in this world.
That's right. You could be pulled in. It has a very interesting story. It is very interesting. Both good things and bad things are so attractive. But it is meaningless by just looking at it. Things appear in vigorous ways, the outside world, and that's it.
Well, speaking of purification, by many different things happening, you get purified. I finally realized that I have realized by now, but usually people struggle during that time, truly.
That's true. People get trapped in that situation. I've been trapped until recently as well. You have to surrender at some point because it's not right. And when such a significant figure appears, you should ask yourself if you feel something missing. Having the feeling missing something should be focused. In my case, so-called great people appear. I don't feel anything especially about
That reminded me of the theme admiring possibility to talk about. What type of energy is admiring, you think? Like, for example, I can say that admiring has positive energy in one way, since you find something good about yourself outside. Well, I think that's true. But on the other hand, if you use so much energy admiring someone, ended up the direction of dependency.
Yeah.
They're very similar to each other. That's what I thought.
Yes. I think you're right. Yes, possibly.
So you should just keep it in your mind that when you direct your energy outside, you use the energy for yourself as well.
Yeah, I think so.
But I think it's better to separate yourself from outside. Well, since everybody enjoys outside, well, then want to stay there. But it is better to separate yourself from outside. And so I did. And that's it. How do I say? Completely?
Yes, completely.
Separated.
Yes. I feel better at where my world is completely separated. It's peaceful. And I can easily start what I want to do. So, for example, when I used to depend on others, when I realized my dependency, well, we run the online community with you, and you can do a lot of things, so I tend to depend on you. It is okay. However, well, what to say, I run this together with other members as well, but I wonder if I want to do this alone.
I see.
Well, that's where I started. That's where I started, and nothing has changed, but I wonder if I really want to do this on my own. I thought I was running this alone because there were other people, but I started to feel like I really want to do this even if I am alone. So even if I'm alone, I will continue, and that's how I decided. Then this is like becoming independent. Perhaps integration. This is the result of asking my inner self and making sure that I really want to do something like that. If I feel obligated to do because of others or due to this many other people, if my feeling is like that, that is not what I really wanted to do, and then deviate from my higher self. It depends on my inner self. Well, I wasn't repenting on you, but I truly made sure about that point to myself this time. And it was amazing. So, just like that, I desire to do this with someone who can ask oneself and who can be sure to want to strongly desire to do it.
I see.
By doing so, things go smoothly with person who connected with their inner self.
For example, I was thinking to run a salon community all by myself.
That's really true. Well, having said that, what people who are watching now should think about daily is to ask yourself if you really want to do, not because other people are saying so. You make decisions according to what you really want to do. It is the same thing as you live your higher self.
Yes, that is so true.
Oh, don't worry about the time lag, I think, because of the time lag in India. Not sure. Never mind. Well, if you live honestly with yourself, eventually and gradually, called miracle would happen. That is a very interesting point.
Yes. Yep.
As you're being connected to yourself, if you do something with someone like you, great things happen as a result. If you're not integrated with your own self, well, for instance, someone says someone's quitting, you would feel emotional, like, is it my fault? Or you would react to others. You would react something happening outside you. And you waste your energy there. But if you focus on one thing, that's your inner self, you can just keep on going. If you focus on others, your mind becomes busy because you have to pay attention to many people and many things happening around you. Can't keep going, so that's a waste of energy.
You're right.
So I realized it, yeah.
Well, you can easily put your energy towards everything around you.
Almost like my energy is taken away. If you focus on outside, you use so much energy. All things around you, it comes to you in different ways. So I decided to stay away from them and stay where I feel comfortable. I decided to do so, and I keep on going. Well, how do I say? I live my life by thinking it's the way of the universe.
That's universe, yes.
I want people who watch this video to feel the same way and become integrated. I want those viewers to go towards to the direction of awakening. Well, how can we send these messages today? Well, when you think someone is so much better than you, you should have doubt. You should ask yourself if there's missing feeling inside you. That's where you have to look at, and it's important. Also, there are many people who are leading other people. Many who stands in front of others.
Yes.
and many who teach. They need to support people to be independent. It should be the way from now on. And originally, we are all in complete state and we have everything. People just think they can't do certain things. It is ours and other leaders' job to support those people. That's how I think. Well, it makes me happy and it's better that way.
Yes, that's right. So true. Since I have experienced heavily this dependency during my childhood, I can understand what those people go through. It is so hard. It's very suffering. The experience is truly suffering. At that time, you think it's a normal experience. Thinking back then, so I truly hope those people to feel free.
Those viewers, how... Well, basically, we need to accept that we have everything as a creator. There is no one who does not have everything. We all have to accept that at some point. Looking for something outside with lack of fulfillment, get us through that way by paying attention to outside world.
Now we all need to surrender.
Yeah.
Well, it's better to say I am the creator.
Yeah. Yes, that's all.
Just
because
today.
If you relax and live harmony with the universe, everything goes well. But something that things are not going well, so they have to try harder or learn much harder of all these as a result, going opposite direction. Because you think you're missing, you try, but no, let's just surrender. It might be better that way. No matter you like or not, you have to accept it.
Yes. Well, everyone, let's surrender after all.
Yes.
Okay.
And also, it's important to trust. I've been trusting people because everyone is a creator. Each one of us has everything. You tend to think to help out or your children or your husband and people around you, but since they have everything they need already, you just need to trust them. Just leave them and trust their unconscious mind. That's so important. That's what I'm doing at the moment.
Wow, that's great. Yes. It's a trust. It's hard to trust. So I end up doing everything by myself. I just do it. But recently I try to leave it to others. I'm trying to trust and leave it. But sometimes I feel difficult with some people. We all challenge that.
Yes. It's okay to make mistakes there. It's okay for others to make mistakes as well. You just need to watch them because they have unconscious minds. Everyone does. And so just trust everyone with everything. I trust and leave it to them. Makes your life much, much easier.
Oh, yes, that's right. Well, since I am trying like that, a lot of amazing members started to join our community. That's such a gifted people.
Yeah, so we should not steal their talent. Starseeds are most likely those who can do many different things at the same time, such as caring others because they can read others' energy. It's almost like one person can do 100 people's tasks. They can do it.
I do that too.
And they do it. Yeah, so truly. And seeing others and myself being that way, we can pay close attention to others, but we should not do it anymore. We should practice not to do it.
Yeah. Oh, yes, it's good to practice,
it's good to practice
not to do it.
If you do for others, you take away their chances. You can take away others' chances and take away, what can I say, there might be people who can do better, and you can use your energy to other things. You have been doing everything at 100%. You have been so busy and could not do any other things. So just leave it to others, leave it to universe. And it make you feel much better.
Well,
Okay, then as usual, a message from the universe today. How about something about dependency? Is there any message from the universe? Okay, let me ask. Give me a message about dependency. Dependency is thinking about others very strongly is a good thing. It's a good thing, and it means it is not a bad thing at all. It's just it means to focus there so strongly. Through these experiences, getting into the situation, there was something you wanted to experience there. It was just that there was something you wanted to go through. And that's it. And that's what they said. Oh, it's not right or wrong. No, it's not good. Nothing wrong or right. Or I thought it was either right or wrong. Dependency is not a bad thing. You are just deeply into that experience. Therefore, there was something you wanted to experience there. And that's all. Yeah, that's right. But from now on, well, it's more like this satisfaction. It's outside. Instead of using energy towards outside, you will use it towards inside of yourself. That would be the way to use your energy, because you have everything inside. You have the universe. It's time to pay close attention there when you use your energy towards outside. It's like releasing your energy. It is like you were just releasing your energy out. Such a waste of energy, perhaps. Yeah. I received that sort of image. Should I use the word wasting? I'm not sure. But if you keep on doing it, you're just communing your energy. So by using the energy towards inner self, you'll be able to reach where you truly feel safe, where you have been waiting for and where you were longing for. And that's what they said. When you use energy inside, that's what they're saying. So in order to do so, if you feel something, when you hear the word dependence, if you feel negative feeling, you are wondering if it is, and it's time to think about it. That's the theme for you, as a chance to think. So ask yourself and question yourself. Okay. Well, I wanted to discuss this theme. Okay, I got it. So we will progress even more next time. This channel with the Starseeds in the world. I'm thinking to invite some guests. Yeah, it'll be interesting. Yes, we're getting ideas. We're getting some ideas. Yes, we're planning to expand worldwide, Akiko. Okay, thank you, everyone. Let's all say dewa dewa as usual. Okay. All right, thank you. Dewa dewa. Dewa dewa. Dewa dewa.